like a program data or directly under D drive, anything. But what under Splunk folder, everything else remains in. So in that, where did I create this index? This index. You remember? Let's see. Let's go back to indexes. If you remember yesterday while uploading the data, I told you about creating index. So this is where we create indexes. I'll go back again. I'll show you again. So while creating an index, normally what we do is we just give the name and leave everything on to Splunk, and it creates the indexes at the default locations. Here you see the access index of Splunk. I'll go to PPG Splunk Management. You just give a name, test index. If you create a test index, remember you are creating it under search app, I think. I think you're creating it under search app. Let's save it. Search and report it. So now that you saved it, you should see the index name under Splunk. Let us say live Splunk. There you go. There is. Okay. Now where does Splunk get to know that this it has to run? It has to go to test index, or if the test index even exists. It goes here first. And it goes here. The system is the default, file location for default configuration file location for this one. I do not recommend changing anything here. Also, even if you have to change anything, don't change strictly. Don't change anything here in the default folder. I would say copy the file into local folder and change it here. So now the default folder, we have several conf files. Let's open this index conf files. You see there are a lot of other configuration as well, which you do not see in the UI, but there are a lot of other things as well. See the main index, history index, summary index. This is all internal index. The home path is already defined here. The same thing that we define here on this screen, they will be automatically written here. Cold path, hot path, all those things. Now let's see if we find our test index here. We do not see the test index that we created. So where it is. This, like I said, this is a system Splunk's default configuration files. So Splunk, even if you change anything, Splunk does not change anything there. So it will change in that particular particular app. So here is the search app. Let's go to the default folder. We have the indexes file. No, the indexes file is not here. Let's go to the local folder because that is the next important one. You see the indexes file here. Open it. You see access folder, access access index, created index. Since I did not give any other detail other than I just provided the names, but created the default folders for them, and then it just left everything as it is. But still, it does not give me the name of the the test index. Where is that? Now even I don't know where is that. Let's go to launcher app. There you go. Because I did not create it under any index. I just created it as a whole Splunk. And if you see here, it's the launcher. Okay. It creates the index under the launcher app. So there are a lot of things. These are the apps, and launcher is the default app that comes with Splunk. Launcher and search. This is the launcher app. This is the home. Basically, the first, very first screen that you may see in this one. There is a launcher app, and there is another app called Splunk search. That is the default app. This one. This is a launcher app. There is a launch. That does nothing. This is the home page. Search app is the default app that comes with Splunk. Clear? So basically what I meant to say is, I didn't want to confuse you more. All I meant to say is everything that you do will be stored under this folder. Every configuration you do will be stored under this folder, etc folder. That is one of the important folders. So before you mess up with him, before you change any data here, I would recommend you know what you're doing, and you have an idea about the files. But this is more of admin side. I didn't want to take you to the admin side first, but still you have to know the basics of Splunk. So that's why I brought this up. At least basic things where Splunk stores these files and the indexes and all. I'll stop here because I know that with the background you will be confused today. So I'll stop here today. You tell me if you have any questions. If not, I'll stop the class. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, where we can get log files.
Log files. I can send you log files. If not, you can get log files even here. If you go to Windows, Windows also has some log files. Like you can take this. Let's upload this. Okay. Let's try to upload this. Even in your machine, if you go to Windows, you'll see some log files. Or any text file. You can create a text file, any demo, or you can Google for it. Google a log file, any log file download. Let me upload this file. Took it from C drive, right? C drive issue service. I don't know what type of log this is, but let's upload it and then see what is the size of it. 62 KB. It's a very small file. Let's see what the data we have.
Here you said that. Hello.
What? Yeah, go ahead.
Yesterday you said that in source type we have send mail syslog.
Send what?
Send mail syslog.
Yeah.
If you change it, I mean, yesterday you given a source type as access,
Access command.
but access combined. After some time you change it to send mail syslog. Then the time format is changed.
Yes.
That's why the Splunk cannot I mean could not match his details and could not find it, right?
Yes. So basically, the reason is if you do not specify the proper settings to identify the log file, it will not be able to identify. And in Splunk, one of the major things is timestamp. Okay,
What?
that it has to identify timestamp. This one, the yellow highlighted
Yeah,
part, timestamp, time.
yeah, yeah.
Because everything is related to time. I'll show you why, but for now, just mug it up that all the events, every this is an event, right? These are the events. So all the events needs timestamp.
Okay.
If not, Splunk will provide its own timestamp. So that is why it is pretty important to identify each event first and then each timestamp first from the event. And if the timestamp is not given, then use the default timestamp, which is the system time. So all
Okay.
these things are important. So that's why here when I upload a log file, actually I took a wrong log file. This log file does not have much into this. Uh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking at it. So did I answer the question? So